Well, good afternoon. Did a couple shops. I like doing Sam's Club. It's not too bad. A couple Sam's Club. See how much I made. I got a 4-hour block. So yeah, I made $61. 61 buckaroos. So it'd be 72. So it's $133 made today. Yeah, the tip is weak for the amount of distance I drove. Especially when the person owns a nice place. Yeah, if you're in a ritzy area, $2 But I took it because it's 9 items too, so I don't know. Not a big deal. Yeah, this one is a sweet order. This was a business right in Newport Beach. And I really like having my dolly because the dolly made it so much easier because it was all this big stuff. So having that dolly wagon that I use, it was good. So yeah, not a big deal. I found everything pretty easy. So typically I wouldn't take a batch under 20. But yeah, not a big deal. Alrighty, let me see here. What was I going to check? Oh, I'm charging my vehicle. Let's charge it some more. I got the super ultra charge. Let's see here. Open up the door. Yeah, I'm gonna have a full battery. So it's not a big deal. I like the vehicle. I wish that the buttons, the charge button, and the save battery button, and the EV button, I wish they had those buttons on the steering wheel too, rather than looking down here and being like this. And it seems like you have to be more mindful about what they hit to save the battery. It doesn't seem like the car does it for you that well. You basically, but it's not a big deal. If I'm driving under 40, I'll hit the EV, especially in the neighborhoods and in town. But if I'm driving faster than that, I'll drive in save. And of course, if I'm going down a real steep hill for a long time, I'll hit charge on that. So I think that's working out pretty good for the battery. I'm not killing the battery on all my trips because of that. Before, I didn't realize that, so I just figured the car was doing it automatically. And the battery would die, like, within 30 miles. So I'd be like, what the hell, man? I just figured the car did it for you. Like kind of the Ford Fusion did. But I didn't have the electric version of the Ford Fusion hybrid. So then I was doing a delivery and I hit the charge and, hey, the battery's charging. All right, that makes sense. And then I filled it up. So I was like, oh, okay. I guess then I was wondering, the car has the wheel, the engine, and the battery, and it tells you the arrows, the flow, which is good. The Ford Fusion had the swirl thing, and that visual helps you know what you're doing with your vehicle too. So I guess under normal, it's still a hybrid, but yeah, it kills the battery. So now that I'm looking at how I'm driving, and I'm hitting save, and I'm hitting charge, and then of course always driving it in eco, yeah, I'm doing better. The manual says when you're driving an EV not to use the AC. I haven't had any kind of adverse effects. I don't see that it's killing the battery that bad. But the eco definitely will help with the AC. It's an electric compressor, which is good. So, of course, being hot all the time, I like the air conditioning. I'm not going to drive in a sauna. You know what I mean? Screw that. It's not worth. I will pay the extra money to be comfortable. You know, I've had roommates that don't want to have the air conditioning on, but I understand in the house, in the apartment. I didn't realize it was that expensive. So, but yeah, when you're in there dying, you know. But the vehicle, it's good. I like it. It has all the bells and whistles to it. So yeah, just it has the paddles. Now I don't see that the paddles are really necessary. However, if they had the paddles for the switching between the EV and charge mode, that would be good. So, yeah, I got a $72 block. Yeah, I'm not going to see how much my tip is until a couple hours for that. So, and I'm just down the street, so it's pretty convenient to get there. So again, I was going to say something. Yeah, what the hell? Yeah, I might try to get into selling cars. You know, I think I could do a good job, and I've bought a few cars, not as many as a lot of people, but yeah, it's pretty good when you have a salesman that understands. And you know, I've had customers who were Uber drivers who've told me about warranty issues, and that dealership is basically, I mean, they treat everybody there. It's a terrible, I won't say the name, you know, not that I have a big following, but that dealership's a crappy dealership. There's one lady that had no oil in the tank because it leaked, and they still didn't do anything. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Some dealers, I guess, play that game of like, let's deny the warranty, you know, to save money, but you're not going to have a repeat customer when you do that crap, right? I mean, the reason why I like this dealership is because the second salesman's better than the first one, obviously, because of the better loan. But yeah, just like the Ford Fusion, they were really good about that too. So, you know, you get a good dealer that's aggressive and wants to sell a car, that understands how they don't want to finance and so forth, then they make you happy, and then you're going to go back and buy another car from them, right? So the whole idea of ratting out your customer, you know what I mean, to the warranty, I mean, it doesn't really save them any money, you know. So yeah, there's certain dealers that I know that don't want to sell a car, really, you know. But then there's other ones that'll help you out, and so I don't know. So I was pretty happy about being able to get the good deal, because it was a pain in the ass trying to refinance the vehicle. So other than that, I'm hoping that I don't get stuck in Tustin and Santa Ana today. Cross the fingers. Well, now they're opening up another warehouse in Mission Viejo, which kind of sucks. Well, it's not that it sucks. I guess I could probably take blocks down there, which wouldn't be bad. But it means that the DLA9 warehouse is going to be more, I'm probably going to get more Santa Ana blocks. But they also now have a warehouse in Anaheim. So I can avoid Anaheim. So that's awesome. So Mission Viejo, I might take blocks there if I can't get the primes here. I've been having some issues with the Amazon block. I had a prime that I swiped at and it said, sorry, taken. So yeah, that's kind of, yeah, that sucked. But then I took that $18 one, which I didn't pay attention to the distance, 24 miles. So pretty cheap. I mean, 24 miles, and I only got $18.89. It's not a good batch to take. I mean, can't even get $1 a mile. It was 23.4 miles. So kind of a cheap batch to take, and it's definitely not what it was in Massachusetts for me. That's for sure. That's half the reason why I don't take many batches here, because it's just, you know what I mean? You have to think, it's like, well, I have to spend time to get to the store. Now, yeah, a lot of these grouped ones, if I'm really, it's just, you know, when you look at doing a prime order, I get it done in an hour and a half from start to finish, and I get like $69. So why would I do this one? You know what I mean? That's just not really worth it here, because the batches here are friggin' just not really worth it, because you have to shop for it. And of course in California, there's 1 million people in the checkout. Although this one's not bad. I would do the 68. Sometimes though with the bulk stuff. But that's not a bad one. I'd take that one. 31 units of big stuff could be a pain too. Yeah, I don't know, man. It just, don't be lazy, but you know, try to have smooth workflow. It's like 20 items for $12. Well, say you're 30 seconds each item. They actually put the preview back on, which is good. So, you know, they're all produce. Okay, so you're in one location, and then there's a meat, and then a dairy. Okay, say it's 30 seconds each. That's 300 seconds, 600 seconds. That's 10 minutes. That's when you're really fast, right? So 10 minutes, and then you got to check out. 3 minutes. That's 13 minutes. Okay, roughly 15 minutes to shop. No tip. So no freaking tip. I mean, people, you know, you're freaking living in a good area, like Casa Mesa. Maybe that's not the good area. Yeah, it's the college. So then you got 7 points, another 10. That's 25 minutes. That's really optimistic. That's just not worth it, man. That's a lot of these batches in California here, in this area. Even though this area is a well-to-do area. I mean, it really is. Irvine's, I mean, you gotta have some money to live in this area. You gotta have money to live in California as a whole, for God's sakes. I mean, unless you're in a situation like me. But how can you afford to live here? I mean, just think about it. 30 items for 15. I mean, come on, man. I mean, that's just 30 items. Say 30 seconds an item. You know, I'm really being super optimistic with that. They say the average is like they expect it to be 85. I mean, I don't know. That's just terrible. You know, that's it. I look at the Laguna area, and you know how rich they are, and I see a $9 order for 23 items or something. was. Yeah, 106. That was. I had to look for some stuff. It's the first time in the Sam's Club ever, too. So 144, the first one. The second one, I thought I was actually slower, but it's not terrible. Now that I know the store, I'll get faster. So, alrighty. Well, I hope you guys have a good one, and thank you very much for watching. I think let me see here how full I am. I'm almost totally full. 30 minutes. It's not bad. So.